Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Painted Arrow Podcast. It's been a few weeks and we have good reasoning. We have been moving our facility.
Yeah, right in the middle of the peak season.
You know, like just in casual conversation, people are like, "How you doing?" That's
Yeah.
people would be like, "Hey, how you doing today?" And my answer for the last couple weeks has been like, running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Yeah, mine's been something more like, you want me to lie to you or tell you the truth? Because I could say, oh, I'm good. Everything's great. But that might be lying a little bit.
Well, somebody too was like asking like, "Hey, how's the transition going? You know, in the new facility, in the this time of year." And I said, I think we might have underestimated how much, because moving it's one thing.
We're also not done.
No, we're not.
We've barely begun to be fully truthful.
We're 40%.
Maybe.
Yeah. So if you're listening,
The fulfillment piece of our business is moved in.
Yeah. So like you have, I'll say we'll call it component and production, which is basically everything that's needed to make products
And the physical task of making the products.
and the physical task.
Like assembly.
That's the first half. And then the second half is
Pick and ship.
pick and ship.
Mm-hmm.
And so the pick and ship portion, so like the finished goods, so finished product, packaged, ready to put in a box and lick a label and send it.
Yeah.
That's here at the new building, the new HQ. And we're actually sitting in our new studio, and it's a little bit echoey because we haven't done any of the sound dampening. So if you hear that, that's what that is.
Yeah.
But like all this to say, like we've got all the fulfillment piece of it here. So it's not necessarily in exactly the fashion that we're going to leave it, meaning there's some reorganizing, things of that nature, but like it's here.
Yeah, I mean, we're shipping out of here every day.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. We could be stupid for trying to pull this off. I think we're doing it just fine.
So far, and I think this is the most important thing, it hasn't impacted delivery to the customer. And it can't. I mean, not during peak season. Like we've talked about it before, but this is a hyper seasonal business, and you got to make hay while the sun shines, and you got to make it count. And so to compromise our performance as a company to move during peak season makes zero sense.
Yeah.
And so far we haven't done that, and we won't. But that has resulted in us having to do it in phases, take our time. So it feels like, and I know, there's a means to an end here, but we've sort of taken a step back to like, there's a little bit everywhere right now, which is what we got away from when we got everything into one building. So, but we're headed back there.
It's super cool though. I mean, we don't have to talk about this, but this is basically what we've been spending a lot of our time on. So it's
and
top
money.
of mind. Yeah, and hunting. Yeah,
and money.
Oh, money.
Lots of money.
I thought you said and hunting. I'm like,
no. I've gone hunting once this year.
But yeah, so it's super cool to build out. Like this is like our dream factory.
Yeah, it's literally like the Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory we grew up watching. Like,
yeah,
it's this little business incubator fantasy factory where we can do whatever we need to do and want to do.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
And we're still giant children, so it's like it's kind of cool.
It's been so much fun though. Like it really has. Like choosing where every nail goes, like starting from scratch.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot working out of your pole building, and it
was kind of the starter home effect. Like you work with what you had, but then operating out of that for a little while, some things that you would change if you ever have the opportunity to build out a facility.
Well, it's just brought so much more legitimacy to our brand and to our employees as well.
What's that?
Like
having this building?
Yeah.
I
mean, like we always have been a legitimate company and like producing legitimate products, but something about the employees too. Like when they come in and they're like, oh,
yeah,
it's like it just is legitimate. It's just very legitimate. People can stop by. We have business hours.
Yeah, it's different now.
It's the piece that we've been missing to really take our brand to the next level. And it's just getting to choose the color of the paint, the floors, the trim, how we set up racking, how we do fulfillment, how the FedEx comes in to pick up product. Like everything about it is just like starting fresh. And it's like, it's challenging. It definitely is, but it's been so much fun.
Well, and never mind the fact that like the facility itself offers this new facility offers more manufacturing space, but what it offers even more than that is some additional offices and some additional amenities and things that we just didn't have in a pole barn.
Dude.
And like at the end of the day, like yes, we're assembling and shipping. And so the production space and warehousing, all that's important. But in a lot of ways, we're a media company. And so having a proper studio and offices, we did not have that in the pole barn. And that was maybe one of the bigger challenges. I mean, we had a makeshift studio that doubled as your office, my office, Trav's office. Yeah. So I guess it quadrupled. It was a studio plus 3 people's offices. And it's just not scalable.
Yeah. Another thing I could talk about for a little while is just our office.
Yeah, that's kind of been like a dream come true.
I mean, you and I have built the company on a cell phone.
Yeah.
Or at a Rubbermaid white table that you see.
That's right.
At like I don't know, where do you see those?
I don't know.
In your grandma's like back room for playing cards.
Graduation party.
Like, yeah. That's truly like every day for the last 3 years we've come to work with a folding table and folding chairs
from
and we sat down and it was not ergonomical and it wasn't comfortable, but like that's what we did. We had cushions from like my mom brought in pillows from like our old couch for employees to sit on.
Yeah, because again, our chairs are hand-me-downs and
it's just a hodgepodge
free stuff from the side of the road. Like it wasn't. But hey, we're here.
Dude,
so
our chairs are like a ragtag team of just.
Hey, they show up to work every day, though. You know what I mean?
Every day they show up ready to do it. But yeah, I think I really want to do like a full on like tour virtual. You know,
we've got to, but we're not ready.
We're not.
We need to get fully moved.
We got to get mobbed.
This studio, you know, we've got this wall thing we're doing. We've got some other stuff that we got to do in our studio. So I think it's got to be turnkey. And, you know, that feels a lot like an off-season type thing. We'll do like an MTV Cribs type deal.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
You know, once all the deer are killed and the peak season's behind us, I think that'll be fun to do that.
Yeah.
Have our boy Jake Hofer come up and do a little...
Yeah, we need to shoot some more deer.
You can look at our super average Michigan deer.
That's great. So let's pivot here and talk about hunting because that's really it. Just seems to be as we mature as fathers, as we have the business, as all this is going. It's like that's the thing that's getting the least amount of love, and I don't know, but I feel like on the same token, on the same breath, the end of the same sentence, for some reason I feel very confident.
Yeah.
Right now I do. I feel confident right now. I haven't disturbed any
of your spots.
Of my spots.
Yeah.
Which in the past I've never been able to keep myself out of. Like I can't not like as soon as you hear October 1st, you know what I mean? Like everybody kind of gets excited and it's like, it's almost always too early. And you see these bucks on social media, people killing in October. And I'm not sitting here saying you can't kill a deer in October because you 100% can. I've killed my biggest deer ever on October 1st.
Yeah.
But far and away.
It's a different sport hunting in October.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to say it. It's just different.
Yeah.
And if you don't have real good intel on an animal, it's kind of crapshoot. Mornings are tough.
Yeah.
Again, there's all these exceptions, and if you have the right spot, But far and away,
Mm-hmm.
It gets real good around the 25th of October.
I love late October though.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, it's the best.
It's the best. Maybe, I mean, I like it better than the early days of November when bucks are starting to lock down. The thing that everybody refers to as scrape week on the backside of October, that's as hot as it gets. If I could, I'd be in the sand morning and night every dang day of that week.
And then the cold fronts, but everything to do. If you get a decent cold front around the 28th, 29th, it can, even the 23rd or 20th, it can
It'll kick things into gear.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
So all this to say, I'm speaking for myself still, but we got all the stuff going on, new babies, the whole thing. There's everybody out there that I think can relate with what we're saying is like time is valuable.
Oh yeah.
And it's limited and it's hard to come by. So when you talk about going out in the deer woods, spending quality time, getting quality sits, trying to find quality animals,
you got to call your shots.
And I think we're becoming more calculated.
Because we have to. I mean, I think
Dev is under the gun right now. He's got 3 boys running around.
So I think if anybody's been a listener for a long time, this is probably something we've covered year over year over year. But in our earlier years, where we had less responsibility and more time, we love hunting, so we definitely overhunted. And I feel like as we've grown, like as like you said, as business owners, as fathers, yada yada, responsibilities have scaled, and that means you've got a lot less opportunity to get in the woods. It requires more planning to get in the woods. Like my week looks a lot like, hey, honey, I'd like to find a couple sits this week. Here's how the weather's looking. What do you think about this afternoon and that afternoon? You know what I mean? That's kind of how I'm trying to plan my hunts based on 3 young kids at home, and it just requires a little more planning. But I think the advantage there is you're not in those spots when it doesn't make sense, burning them out. Like you're going in only when it makes sense, and you're going to probably have higher quality sits.
Well, it's like, so say what you just said again, right there at the last sentence.
Well, we're just not, like you talked about October 1st getting here and wanting to go jump in a tree.
Yeah.
It was 85 degrees and it didn't make any sense, and we didn't have the time anyway. So it's like you're not in your spots burning them out.
You specifically said burning them out.
Yeah.
So what I think of, it's a small variation to that. Yeah, you're not burning out your spots, but to me, it's like when you go in, we got like a real chance, high quality chance.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be in them. Like your first and 1 and 2 sits are like they don't know you're there.
Exactly.
Like these animals, it's not like your entry and your exit. You hear all this. What I've come to believe is whether you even, let's say you go on a hunt, you don't see a single deer, you don't bump a single deer, the animals still know. Like they can go and smell exactly where you walked.
Well, I mean, even
they know that you're in the woods.
Yeah. And what I was going to say is even if you don't see a shooter, every time you go into the woods, you're educating the deer herd.
That's right. Every single time.
So if you go in and you bump a couple does and that's it, and that's all you see, that likely is going to have a negative impact, right? Like deer understand body language from one another, and you educating that doe that you were hunting today could and probably will have ripple effects. So there's no question that those first couple sits in the woods and calling your shots when it matters makes a ton of sense.
The other thing too is like, I feel like we'd be silly to not acknowledge like the wives.
Oh yeah.
We really are having to like pick and choose when we go. Cause it's like, there's a finite amount of time that most wives are willing to let you be away when you have kids and responsibilities and babies and mouth to feed and putting them. It's a serious chore, and I don't want to make this like a, only dads can really relate. But it's in the phase of life that we're in. We talked about it. We're not willing to like
sacrifice that time entirely for deer hunting.
Like for your kids are gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
So-
that 0 to 4 years is like a big deal.
Yeah, so that's one thing I've been really thinking about. Like, it's weird. Like, I was thinking about going hunting a couple days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, okay, if I went this morning, I'd miss breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast is like my thing. Dad makes breakfast.
Yeah.
I flip the pancakes. I make the eggs. I get everybody excited. I dance to music. Like, that's my time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I don't even want to go. I'm like, I don't even want to go hunting. Like, I got up like I was going to go. I actually did. I got up. I put on my underwear. I put on the socks. And I was like about to go out. And I'm like, it just doesn't even feel like I don't even feel like my heart and soul is in it, because I want to. If I killed, I don't even think I'd be excited about it, because it's taken away from the time that I usually have. So like I was talking to my wife last night. I'm like, look, I'm going to put all my chips in for like this early November or late October time frame.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hunt then. I'm choosing not to go now because I'm verbally saying this. Like, I acknowledge that it's really hard what you're doing with kids, and I want to be with the kids, and I want to like put my chips in for this time. So if there's anything I can do now, to grease the bearings and grease the wheels, like, let me know. Like, put me to work. Yep. And you're good at that too.
That's the game I've been playing for some time. Like this fall is, honey, it's 83 today, and I could be in the woods, but I'm not. Like, I just want you to know, they're like, here we are on October 15th, honey. I've gone hunting one time. I have one sit in.
Yep.
And that's not like, this isn't a guilt trip. This is me letting you know, like, I'm like you said, I'm holding those chips for later when it matters.
Yeah.
Having said that, we're getting ready to leave for Ohio in a couple of days, so that maybe changes things a little bit.
Can we talk about that just briefly?
Yeah.
This is something new for us.
It's huge.
We've
left the state a lot to hunt, but not a ton of whitetail.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, we're always going to chase mule deer or elk or something out west.
That's perfectly said. We've almost never. I've gone.
You
to
had
Kentucky.
Tennessee or Kentucky?
In Tennessee. I killed a doe in Tennessee on public land. Forgot about that. But like that's years ago. Like, we've never gone big buck hunting in any other state
for whitetails.
Which is a big thing.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be doing we can tell the people, because I think the next podcast they'll hear is either gonna be us getting ready for that trip, or we'll be down there with the guys. But we're gonna go down with Ben Rising, Den Lucier, and Whitetail Edge, and we're gonna be doing some filming. We're gonna make a hunting camp film, which I'm fired up about, man. Like,
oh, me too, man.
Just showing the camaraderie around camp, and what I think for a lot of people, the culture kind of stems around like that. You know, getting all your boys together, getting your lucky socks on, doing the same routine thing, and flipping the pancakes the same way to help your odds, like hunting camp stuff.
Yep.
And we're just going to kind of show, like, old school meets new school. Meaning old bull versus young calf. We have some things to learn.
Plenty.
But we also have some things to teach. So I think it'll be fun. Those guys are all good dudes.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have a lot of fun up there.
Yeah, me too.
Or I guess it's down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's coming up. We're just going to do a couple of days down in Ohio hunting with those guys. And
yeah, I think it's like a 2.5, 3 day trip type deal.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
So what do you think, Dev? Here we are. It's October 15th. Where are you at?
Well, the first week of season, it was hotter than Hades. And then we were blessed with a little bit of a cold front right around October 7, 8, 9. And I had kind of been eyeing that. Like, I'm not going in the woods before that. In theory, like the cold front lasted a couple, 3 or 4 days is what it turns out. Like, pressure kept rising. It stayed nice and cold. Cameras were real active, but I ended up putting a sit in, and you came with me on the 7th. And it was sort of a call your shot type sit. Like, I knew, like, I went to work that morning. It was 74 degrees. Left work to go hunting. It was 54 degrees. Like 20-degree temperatures drop throughout the day as the front's coming in. So it's like, okay. Oh, and it rained all day and stopped at 4:30.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this feels right. They're gonna get up and go check scrapes.
100%.
So you and I put a sit in over at the Crick Woods. Beautiful, nice north wind on the south side of the food plot. Like right exactly what you want. How you draw it up. And long story short, got in. Had some action pretty early deer movement. Ended up having a really nice deer come right in plenty of daylight, and I whiffed. I made a bad shot. Ended up hitting him through the back straps in the no-go zone, and just definitely not what you want to start your season. So that was frustrating, and I kind of since then have sort of been troubleshooting to understand, was it something with the bow? Did the arrow deflect? Yeah, not ideal. And fortunately, once looking at the footage, the deer is going to be entirely fine. It just wasn't. It's not what you want, and you get tired of saying, well, you bow hunt long enough, that's going to happen, and all that's true, but it doesn't make it suck any less when it happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had been shooting my bow and I was feeling pretty good, so I'm not entirely sure what happened. This is maybe an entirely different conversation, but I'm trying not to be the guy that just changes everything because he had a bad experience. But this year I went to a 3-pin slider away from the single pin slider, and I just don't know. I don't know if I like it or if maybe that contributed, because what I think happened was my 20-yard pin had been shooting a little high, and I remember thinking, okay, I'm okay with that. I had a 20, a 30, and a 40-yard pin. Knowing my 20 was shooting a little high, I'm thinking, okay, really, 25 and in, all I got to do is use that pin. It's shooting a little high at 20 and closer, so probably aim for the heart, right? This deer ended up coming in at like 23, 24 yards. And I think in the moment, because it happened so quickly, I think psychologically, I might have said, told myself, okay.
Second pin.
No, I think I held the first pin a little high instead of recalling, like, no, dummy, you just told yourself 25 and in, hold right on, because your 20-yard pin's shooting high. So I think it was a mixture of like making a game time decision very quickly, holding a touch high because I'm thinking it's almost 25 yards. I've got my 20-yard pin. I made an error, I think, is what it really comes down to. I've watched the footage back a lot, and I don't think it was a deflection. The deer maybe ducks a little. But I think at the end of the day, I think I made a tactical error. So I have sort of resighted in over the last couple of days and made sure that
you're 20, 25, 30?
No, I'm 20, 30, 40, but my 20 is actually shooting 20. Dead on at 20. And there's a little bit of a drop from 20 to 25, which
that's normal.
Yeah.
Do you remember ranging in the moment? Like, did you range him?
I had ranged a spot where he was originally standing, because he stood in one spot for quite a long time and then took a couple steps to the right into this gap, which is where I ended up shooting. So I knew where he was standing, and that was like 24-ish yards.
But like, did you range in the moment, or did you range ahead of time? And
I had ranged a bunch of spots before the deer even came in, so I knew this spot where it was. It was about 25 yards. But then he stopped behind this tree and stood there for a really long time, and I ranged him at that point. Then I put the rangefinder away, and he took a couple steps after that, 3, 4, 5 steps, and that's when I shot. So no, I did not range the exact spot that he was standing.
But you were really confident.
I was confident in it, yeah. I think what, and this specific error has happened to me before, maybe 3 years ago. I misjudge it in the final moment and then end up holding high and shooting the deer high.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. And I think, truthfully, like, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little rattled. Like, it was my first sit in of the year, not expecting it, and this would have been, it's hard to say it, but it would have been my best bow buck. So all of a sudden you're sitting there, first sit of the year, you haven't really seen any deer on the hoof yet from the tree stand, and all of a sudden the biggest buck you've ever had an opportunity at with your bow is right there. And I really had to like try to calm my heart rate, and I think I rushed. I don't think I rushed the shot particularly, but I let the anxiety get the best of me. That was like, he's right there and he's broadside. You better make this happen, instead of just really taking my time, thinking through it, and executing the shot.
Yeah.
It's so easier. It's so much easier to talk about when you're not in the moment. Oh, yeah. Like it's easy to say. It's easy to say that I'm going to be patient. I would have told you I would have been patient. Should have been patient, and if I was, that dude'd be dead. But it just sucked.
Yeah, not to put a hot cigarette out on you, but it sucks. Like I feel like you were kind of due in that spot specifically.
Yeah, that's
for the
what
last
sucks.
few years. There's been like that spot. I know people won't be able to know, but it's just between a swamp and between a food plot, and there's like this little strip of timber. And every year, it seems like in early to mid October, if you stay out of that spot, the acorns are falling usually somewhere in there because there's just tons of oak trees, all different species, white, red, black. Like there's the opportunity right there, and it's like this like travel corridor.
Oh yeah.
It's like this early season highway. It's like a creek bottom, but in early October.
Yeah.
It's like they use it to travel to ag and bedding, and it was because we went together.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm walking, I walked through that.
Mm-hmm.
Right after the rain, maybe 20 minutes before you got in. And I remember like seeing all the sign. I'm like, dude, this is like, I'm walking past all the good stuff. And I'm like, Dev's going to get some type of action. Like it was so obvious. And I feel bad for it. Cause I think that spot was so prime and ready.
To your point, and you never owed anything, but I did feel due in that spot a little bit. Like it's been a while since I've killed a good bow buck over at the Crickwoods. I've definitely paid my dues. I've been patient. I haven't overhunted it in previous years. Like we put in a food plot this year. Really, really have done the work. Been shooting my bow and didn't capitalize. I mean, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. It just didn't. It didn't happen.
I choose to believe though that this is going to make you more dialed.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. It has to.
And I think that deer's going to be fine. I mean,
I think
you hit him high in the backstrap, and he's going to be a little sore, but he'll be fine.
What I hate about having a situation like this, I mean, the only thing that's worse than this is like gut shooting a deer or making a marginal shot on a deer that you know is going to kill him and not finding him. That's horrible. Like that really tears you up. When you make a shot and you have video proof to suggest like, okay, that wasn't a great hit, but I know the deer is going to live. I don't want to say it makes it better, but it doesn't suck quite as bad. I think what is tougher to recover from is just what it does to your confidence. Like for me as a bow hunter, I need to feel lethal with that bow in my hand. I need to know that when I draw back that bow, that if I do everything right on my end, that arrow is going to go exactly where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
And you know, I'm not the guy that just gets his bow out a couple days before season and throws some arrows downrange. Like I had been shooting.
Yeah.
So I think that's what was frustrating. But yeah, to your point, I mean, it has to make me better, and I'm redialing everything in to make sure that we're.
So I'm not going to say what I'm about to say because I'm trying to fix your problem, but I've had your situation happen to me too many times.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess on my end, from like this year, we all are shooting new bows.
Yeah.
Because we partnered with Prime.
Yep.
And, you know, when we did that, we now have different sights, different everything, right? Because we're trying to get everything dialed in for this new bow. So like one thing that was different for me, and we talked about this with Andy on the last podcast we did with him, was the whole how you set up your sight. How are you gap shooting like 20, 30, 40? Is it 20, 25, 30? For me, the big change this year, and again, in that moment, like you said, it's easier to talk about when you're sitting here in a nice chair, but when you're in the moment and your heart's going and you have to make these quick judgment calls like on the fly, that is, you can't replicate it. You can try, but it's like those decisions in that moment have to be perfect. They can't be like, they have to be perfect. And so what I've done, I'm super excited about this Spot Hog Boonie.
Mhm.
Single pin, triple stack.
Mhm.
So for me, I don't like the 3 coming in from the side. I
Mhm.
like the single pin, but this time I've got 20, 25, 30.
Mhm.
And I'm really limiting myself to like 35 yards.
Mhm.
Hold that bottom pin a little high, but like for me, if a deer comes in and it's at 23 yards, I'm holding my 20.
Mhm.
If he ducks a little, great. Like it doesn't, we're talking.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping, because what you just explained, and it's awesome that you did, because everybody has these problems at some point.
Mhm.
Like I'm hoping that I can simplify that moment, because that's what everybody's trying to do.
Yeah.
Make their setup bulletproof, so like you can just make these quick decisions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'm hoping that I can do that
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, me too.
And we've been watching a lot of footage too, right? Like we've been watching
Yeah.
these reviews, and we've been talking about this.
I know.
It's like we've seen so many deer respond to calls, respond to like just watching body language in general. And like it's really easy to sit in the chair and be like, "Oh, just be patient. He's coming. Just be patient." But when
Yeah.
you're in that moment, it's like,
Yes, it feels so fleeting.
"Oh God."
I think, yeah. I don't know how to tie a bow on it any differently, but I don't feel like I yanked it. Like I remember feeling like I executed a decent shot. I just remember visibly watching the arrow not go where I planned for it to go.
Right.
Like it just sailed high.
And it really took the wind out of you.
So yeah, I don't know. All I can do is shoot more and try to regain the confidence in the bow. But that is a big piece of it, is that bow that I'd been shooting prior to getting a brand new bow. That bow, that sight, that rest, like I had 3-4 more seasons with that sucker. And it just, like it almost shot itself. You know what I mean? Like you put it in your hand and it's just, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So the learning everything new has been a challenge too. I mean, truthfully, I don't know how people get new bows every single year. And
That's stressful. Yeah.
like to me, that's like almost like an intimate relationship with your bow. Like you got to get to know it. It fits your hand just right. Like, you know what I mean? Like you learn how to shoot it well.
You dated a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't want to belabor that point anymore, but either way, I've got some.
Here's what I'll say. I can tie a bow on this. And I've learned this.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever underestimate Devin Cole. If there's anything I know, the next deer that comes out in front of you is not safe. I'm serious.
But at this point, you know,
you will come out on top on this year.
Yeah.
This year, you will come out on top, and you'll do something amazing.
In my life bow hunting, I've had one shot on a deer that definitely was a kill shot that I didn't recover. That was brutal. That's like the worst form of tear you up. I've now in my bow hunting career had two deer that I've backstrapped through the no-go zone. Deer's going to be sore, but probably going to live. I've had 2 of those. And then I've had my fair share of like
Whiffs
where the one that happened last year where the arrow hit the zipper of the string hit the zipper of my coat and the arrow goes 4 foot behind the deer. And I'm like, what in the hell just happened?
Yeah, just total mishaps.
Like those suck because it's like, man, I had the opportunity, I didn't capitalize, but at least you didn't hurt the deer. The backstrap in the deer, it's like, gah, like the deer's not going to die. He's going to be sore. It sucks. What's the hardest for me mentally to recover from is when you know you put a shot on the deer that he's going to die. And for one reason or another, you don't have permission, or the deer jumped different properties, or you run out of a blood trail, or whatever the thing is, and you can't find him. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
I just being there with you, that deer's fine. I think you might even see him again.
Yeah.
It's just going to be one of those things where you got to play it out. But again, I think we're going to be just fine this year.
Mm-hmm.
We got plenty of hunting to do, plenty of ground to hunt. And
I think the other thing that gets you in the moment too is, you know, especially in these years where you know you're going to have less opportunities on stand than you ever had, just because everything's busy and, you know, like everything we talked about. It's always felt like you get a opportunity a year, maybe a couple, but like big bucks don't just walk out in front of you and stand broadside, especially as the season goes on. Like there's less of that. So on October 7th, to have the opportunity to notch a tag
It's a big deal.
and to be on the board and have a little bit of that self-imposed pressure off, that's what sucks.
I just love bow hunting. Like it is such a mental thing. It's such a physical. Like
Yeah,
it just everything really has to go perfect,
it does.
and I love it. I love that it's so like
So marginal.
yes,
Yeah. The smallest mistake, the smallest.
yeah, and it keeps you coming back, and it's like I don't know.
Truthfully, here's another learning point. Like, I'm just trying to think about how to add value as much as possible here. I said that deer had come out and he stopped in one spot and was very alert and stood there and really analyzed the situation before he walked in, I think is what I said. I think right where he stood and sort of analyzed the situation was very close to where you would have walked through and would have been your ground set. I don't think he pegged it, but I should have totally been aware of the fact that this deer's alert and is primed to maybe duck a little.
Yeah.
And I need to hold for the heart, hold low. And I didn't. But that's a classic learning point for me, especially after watching all these videos that we've been reviewing. Understanding the body language and knowing when a deer is alert versus when they're really, really relaxed and very casual. Like this deer was alert.
So I'm saying
And-
this for myself just as much as you. But like, what should we do in the moment to like just dumb it down? Because like that's a really, really important detail, but it's also like that's like the advanced level, able to process in the moment detail.
I don't know. I mean, I think
That's the $1 million question is like, how
Hun-
can we, as we're sitting there,
hunting with a buddy is helpful because you can
talk through it almost?
audibly
Yeah.
analyze those things, like this deer's alert, like, or whatever. But I've considered almost, obviously quietly, but talking audibly to myself, like, stay calm. Okay, this deer's definitely alert. Like trying to almost put an actual voice to it
That's
to
interesting.
myself
I like that.
to again,
Pretend that like almost maybe we should, because usually we're hunting
pretend
by
like I'm
ourselves,
mentoring you in the tree.
but like we're filming.
yeah,
So maybe we talk to
narrating it.
like
Yeah,
maybe picture
that's a
like we're
really
talking to
interesting
somebody.
point. Yeah, because it's rolling on the Mag Pro, so to almost narrate what's happening, but then that also dumbs it down and gives you some level of
Because like I hear
peace
you
and
like
calm.
I hear you tell the story, and I'm not even like I picture me doing the same exact thing. But it's like every time in that moment, you look back at the footage and you're like, I knew
Yeah,
that he.
I know.
It's like it's hard to like be there. So
there is a piece of it that was a tactical error on my end for going into the woods with a bow that was shooting high at 20 yards. Like, had my 20-yard pin been shooting where my 20-yard pin should have been shooting, if I would have held a little high accidentally, it still would have been a high lung, double lung. But considering that 20-yard pin was already shooting a little high, and then in the heat of the moment, I think I probably held it a little higher, considering I thought he was 25 yards. I think that's what put me up into that no-go zone.
Mhm.
So,
But I think going forward, you're 20, 30, 40,
yeah.
and we're cock locked, ready
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
get it.
I've gotten my reps in. I've licked my wounds. I'm going to, it can't be a pity party for too long, right?
I'm telling you, I'm not. I just know how you are, Devin.
Anybody who doesn't know me as much as you do should know that I'm a perfectionist and I hate when I have an opportunity and I don't capitalize
Yeah, it's
on anything in life. You work hard for an opportunity at anything. And I'm somebody who does put the time and work in all areas of my life. So when that doesn't map to success, it just frustrates you.
Yeah.
But you just go back to the drawing board and work harder.
So my closing thought is, let me think.
We're going to start doing a little more hunting as the closing thought. I mean, it's October 15th.
Yeah.
We're next couple days here. We're heading down to Ohio. through the classic period of what would be called the October lull. And then next week, so we're sitting here on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Next Wednesday, 7 days from today, we're going to be looking at the 22nd. Is that right?
I think so.
So let's see. Thursday will be the 23rd. Friday will be the 24th. Next weekend, that 25th, 6th, like that's when it's going to start feeling like let's go hunting.
Yeah.
With some level of frequency.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Do you think you think it's appropriate to wrap this one up? We say a little prayer.
Oh yeah, please. I need it.
Okay. I need the Lord this morning. All right. Dear God, we're just super blessed to be running a company surrounding a great sport of a great lifestyle of deer hunting, and we just want to pray for our families, everybody listening, all their families. Everybody's got something that they're going through, good, bad, ugly, and we just ask that you would come around us and help us get through this day, this week, this month. And like I said, everybody's got something that they're dealing with. We ask that you just surround them and help them and let them know that you are there with them going through it, and that also you did it. You did all these difficult things in some way or another on this earth. And we ask that you would just be with our families, help us to have health and success in the deer woods. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. All right, y'all. We're gonna start doing a little bit more of that because that's what we do anyway. So we figured we just do it on air. But okay, we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you listening. See you later.
See ya.